England and France. Politics. Wines had been shipped to England from the port of Bordeaux since Roman times, but the relationship between England and France became politically complicated from the 12th century on. In the Middle Ages, with the rise of monarchies and feudalism, marriages between noble families were a brokered arrangement to gain power and strategic security. The relationship between France and England had perhaps the most profound impact of any political relationship in the history of the wine trade. In 1152, Henry Plantagenet, Count of Anjou, married Eleanor of Aquitaine. Due to his mother's lineage as the daughter of the King of England, he ascends to the throne just 2 years later, becoming Henry II of England. Aquitaine, which had belonged to Eleanor, now became part of the English crown. They were never a happy match, and conflict followed for hundreds of years. Aquitaine under English rule spread England's supremacy in France from the Pyrenees to the Loire. In 1337, King Philip VI of France reclaimed the land of Aquitaine from England. King Edward II of England retaliated by claiming the entire French kingdom, as he was the only grandson of King Philip IV of France. This triggered the 100 Years' War, which lasted from 1337 to 1453, a conflict to settle who would be the rightful ruler of Aquitaine. The Battle of Castile ended the 100 Years' War in 1453. Marriage between Scots and French royal households, however, continued, and that alliance grew stronger. For example, Mary, Queen of Scots, who lived between 1542 and 1587, was the daughter of King James V and his French second wife. The alliance between the Scots and the English in Great Britain, coupled with the intermarriages between Scots and French, stirred the pot of intrigue and conflict. Between 1494 and 1559, the French and English took opposite sides in the Italian wars between the Habsburg and the Valois. Then, on the basis of Henry VIII's desire to annul his marriage to Catherine of Aragon, another cause for ill will between the Spanish and the English, England broke from the Pope and the Catholic Church. At this time, most of England converted to Protestantism. This period is known as the English Reformation. Irrespective of centuries of conflict, the French and the English are really like quarreling siblings, and during the Franco-Dutch War of 1572, England sided with the French. 1689 to 1815 saw a series of small wars between the English and the French, collectively sometimes referred to as the Second 100 Years' War. The result was multiple trade embargoes between these two countries. So you can see, the thirst for French wine, which has been growing since Roman times, was rudely interrupted repeatedly by politics, thus causing the English to seek elsewhere to obtain wine, since they could not produce it themselves.